what's this going on?
What match is on? Monaghan and Tyrone, is it?
Yeah.
At 4. Or is that all? Hurling matches on at 4, is it?
Yeah,
You've,
okay.
Cork
Clare
Clare
and Cork.
definitely go.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, but I just want to ask you about the area that's affected. I mean, a lot of people maybe have a misconception that it's only in maybe a couple hundred yards of the stadium, or probably Caseman Park, Croke Park has got the worst affected area. And what you've mentioned is that they have some security in the peripheral area, but it would be the case that possibly beyond that area it's going to be much worse because there's no one to the, would that be correct or something?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the major problems that we have in not just in the lockdown area, in the lockdown area, you have staff coming into the area early, so they're getting parking inside the cordon, which causes problems in itself. But then for the people who can't come into the area because of the lockdown, they park all over the place outside of the area, and they park on paths, they park outside people's drives, because there's, I mean, you could have up to 50,000 people coming into an area, which causes major problems. It causes gridlock all over the area. So it spreads out much further than just around the immediate area of the stadium, which causes everyone problems all over the place. And anyone coming into the area obviously gets caught up in the gridlock, so it's very difficult for people to come and go in the area, and it's a much more severe problem than people give it credit for.
But it also strikes me that the criminality rates are going to be high because you're going to attract more people into those areas to break in. If there's no one to look it after the cars to see it as prime area.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the amount of break-ins in cars around the area increases, the amount of vandalism increases. There's no doubt that it definitely is a social problem when there is big concerts on around the area, and it'll definitely cause problems for people in the area as well as people outside of the area. So people, you know, they have to have someone in the house to make sure nothing's happening in their house. A lot of people won't leave them, and then like you have the noise pollution, you have problems if someone's sick in the area. You have people that just can't come into the area. Friends and family can't get in because they can't have a pass, and it's crazy. Because you know, if you have a birthday party in the area, you can't have it on the day of a concert because people won't be let in. So your children can't have their friends over. There's lots of problems in it that you couldn't go into the amount of problems that it brings because there's so many of them, you know.
Yeah, well, that certainly sounds a food for thought for a lot of people who maybe are not totally aware of just what's faced with the coming weeks and months. So obviously the judicial review, which has been coming up September, will be very important, I think, for people to make sure that we have some safeguards, and that's maybe what's going to happen. But certainly I don't think that from Croke Park point of view you were denied that opportunity at the earlier stage because you were taken on a Croke Park that was a GAA stadium, which is now no longer.
Yeah, well, the problem is that I mean the commercial people that are involved in Croke Park will only be looking to utilise the stadium as a business. They don't care about the local residents, they don't care about anyone else. They're neighbours from hell when it comes to this sort of situation. The intensity of use will increase year in, year out. Like, it started off with 3 concerts with us. It's up to 9 events this year for the local community in our area. They're talking about maybe monster trucks was mentioned at a meeting that I was at. Can you imagine the noise of that and trying to get children to sleep and things like that? And noises at concerts, you know, it's very difficult to live in the area with this sort of stuff going on. So I mean, there's lots of stuff that'll be happening around your area that you have to plan your life around what's going on in the stadium, and that's wrong. And you shouldn't have to live like that.
Well, I read recently, I think at a U2 concert some time ago, that the residents got that situation resolved by actually blocking the stadium to stop the equipment coming out, because it was not just the U2 concert, it was so many 2 or 3 days setting up and so many days afterwards. So the 3-day concert became maybe an event of 6 days.
That's right. And I mean, the GEA sat down with the local community at that time and absolutely agreed that they would only have 3 events in the stadium other than the football and hurling events. But when we went to a meeting with them recently, and one of the executives of the GEA said that you can forget about that now, that was long gone, so we're not going to agree with that anymore. So I mean, you just can't trust these people, what they say. They've broken every agreement with the local community for years. And we're at a stage now where hopefully we'll be going to the High Court. Maybe the judge will hear what's going on with us and give us a hand.
Well, it certainly sounds like anyone who is maybe you got shift workers or maybe sleeps during the day, or some people are sick or infirm, they've got to have some type of situation where they need peace and quiet. That's going to end completely. You won't have that during the daytime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, a lot of people are sick, a lot of elderly people are sick in the area. You know, God forbid an ambulance has to come in at a crucial time. You know, if anyone has a stroke or a heart attack, time is of the essence. And I certainly think that you could have great difficulties trying to get the services into people when there's major events on in areas like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.